Critique of FC.
Why is it that most of the time, most of the autistic individuals are not looking at the keyboard?
Welcome to another video critique of facilitated communication. Today's analysis was requested by one of our regular viewers. Thank you. And was posted on the social media platform X on February 26, 2024 by Reliably. The clip features our son Jason being facilitated by his father.
It is one.
Why does the father slam his son's hand into the board? In the Ask Me Anything or AMA on Autism and Spelling clip, Maria asks,
why does it look like your dad is just slamming your hand into the board?
Before addressing this question, let's look at some red flags that call into question authorship in this FC session. No eye contact with the board. Even though it appears Jason has the ability to track left to right with his eyes, a necessary skill for reading words written in English, he does not look directly at the board while he is being facilitated. This behavior is in sharp contrast to the behavior of his facilitator, who maintains constant eye contact with the letterboard. Even FC founder Douglas Bicklin of Syracuse University, when pinned down by producer John Palfreman of the 1993 documentary Prisoners of Silence, admitted that people using a hunt and peck style typing technique cannot accurately select letters without looking. Here is a clip from Prisoners of Silence.
What's 6 times 2? Good. Okay, space. What's 12 times 12 plus 1? We carried the 1, remember? What's 12 plus 1? Excellent. Give me 5. Okay. Plus 1. We carried the 1. Remember?
Hi, how are you?
What's 12 plus 1? What's 5 times 5?
Doug Bicklin admits that typing without looking is impossible. So what's going on in the Syracuse schools?
Put down 4.
It's not good technique. It's very sloppy, and I think it really raises questions about that particular typing, and as well it should. And what we need to do is to harp on facilitators to monitor eyes. It's a lot for people to manage, but I think we have to do it.
But Bicklin's admonitions were and are meaningless. As we've seen in Bicklin's 1991 training video, his own facilitators select letters when their clients are not looking. Watch as a student turns his whole body away from the facilitator while she continues to select letters on a keyboard. Rapid responses. Facilitators seem to think rapid responses, fast and hard pokes through the letterboard by their clients, is an antidote to influencing or controlling letter selection. But rapid pointing may actually hinder the facilitator's ability to accurately process letter selection. For example, as these stills from the X post show, Jason sometimes touches the edge of the letterboard and/or in between letters. but the facilitator carries on calling out words and does not ask for clarification. Questions. How often do the individuals being facilitated fail to touch directly on the letters the facilitators call out? Is it okay for facilitators to ignore mistakes and guess the intended letters? Letterboard drift. I've annotated this clip with red lines to show where the letterboard started and how much it drifts in the air. An experiment. As an experiment, I tried spelling out all the words in the X post. I practiced about a dozen times to familiarize myself with the message. It is 100% the opposite. I move my hand very fast and hard, and Dad has to keep up with me. I am the one writing, not him. This is me talking, not him. I am the one in control. The first thing I noticed was that there were no numbers or percent signs on the letterboard used in the video, so when the facilitator calls out 100%, I had to type out the words rather than select 100 and the percent sign. I also added red lines to the X video to show how much the board moves in the air during the session. Because facilitators often inadvertently move the letterboard left or right, up and down to aid in letter selection. Although, in this FC session, I don't believe any of the letters were accurately selected. And sorry for the poor sound quality as I mumbled the words in the FC-generated message. It was the only way I could keep track of what I was spelling. Keep up with me. I am the one writing, not him. This is me talking, not him. I am the one in control. Further thoughts. I'm an accomplished typist, but I could not keep up with the pace of the facilitated message using a hunt and peck method. And though I can type without looking at the keyboard using the 10-finger method in a home row, I had to look directly at the letterboard for correct letter selection. Central vision, not peripheral vision, is needed for reading and writing. It also occurred to me that while some letterboards include limited punctuation and the word done in the corner, rarely have I seen FC individuals using punctuation. Instead, it appears the facilitator determines the endings of words and sentences by lowering the tone of his or her voice. I also noticed that while I was pointing to letters in all areas of the letterboard, Jason's hand stayed toward the upper middle part of the board. I've seen this limited range of motion in other FC videos as well. I think that facilitators hold the letterboards so they can see the letters clearly. But that often means the board is closer to the facilitator than it is to the individual being facilitated. This limits the individual's range of motion. It would make much more sense to have the letterboard positioned in front of the individual being facilitated and on a surface that does not move. And finally, I found myself pausing between words or at the ends of sentences, even though I had the message written out on a piece of paper in front of me. Rarely have I seen such pauses in facilitated sessions. Generally, individuals being facilitated start poking at the board almost as soon as the board is raised in the air. This seems to be more of an automatic self-stimming behavior than deliberate interaction with the letterboard with a conscious intent to spell. And finally, back to the original question.
Why does it look like your dad is just slamming your hand into the board?
Because he is? The science. To date, there is no scientifically rigorous evidence to prove facilitated communication, spelling to communicate, rapid prompting method, or any of their variants produce independent communication. Controlled studies show that facilitators, not their clients, are producing the typed messages. Many organizations oppose the use of facilitator-reliant techniques. These include, but are not limited to, the American Speech-Language Hearing Association, American Association on Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, American Psychological Association, Association for Behavior Analysis, Association for Science in Autism Treatment. These organizations cite the following reasons why they recommend their members not use facilitator-reliant techniques: lack of scientific evidence, prompt dependency, facilitator cueing and control over letter selection, potential harms including false allegations of abuse. This educational video is intended to draw attention to the problem of facilitator cueing in a technique called facilitated communication. FC encompasses all facilitator-dependent techniques, including spelling to communicate and rapid prompting method. These techniques build dependence on the facilitator, not independence for those being subjected to them. Criticisms are directed toward FC as a technique and not the individuals subjected to its use. Links to the topics discussed in this video are provided in the description box below. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment to help grow this project. For more information about FC, please check out our website at facilitatedcommunication.org. Thank you for watching until the very end. And remember, FC is not science.